Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Good morning.
All right.
I am Ann Stillwater, she, they pronouns, and I look forward to sharing leadership of today's service with Reverend Bran Lennox. Whoever you are, wherever you live, whomever you love, and however you may spend your days, you are welcome here at the Unitarian Church of Harrisburg. We invite you to join us for coffee hour following this morning's service, either downstairs in the common room or on Zoom. And the common room is nice and cool. I invite you to take this moment to hold our space sacred by silencing your electronic devices and preparing yourself to be present. Online or in person, we're grateful for this time together.
We're visiting a bygone era, pre-air conditioning this morning in the sanctuary. It seems to be just not turning on today, so we are bringing in as much cool air as we can via fans. If you find that you need to step out and cool off for whatever reason, our chapel over there is open and has air conditioning, and downstairs in the common room is also nice and cool. We have chosen to bring ourselves here to this sanctuary today to gather as a community of faith. We join together in solidarity as a covenanted people who are drawn together by the promise of connection and the mysterious pull of the unanswerable. As seekers, wanderers, appreciators of nature, and creators of connection, our paths have converged today so that we might become present to the spirit that is worship. And so let us worship together. And in the spirit of today's service, I invite you as we begin singing our opening hymn, May I Be Empty, to feel it in your body, to let the music move you a little bit as you sing or listen. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the dark. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the dark. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. Each week it is our tradition to light a chalice which casts a circle of light to hold us all. As we create anew this symbol of our shared faith, let's reflect on these words by Cindy Fesgen. We are all capable in different ways, with different strengths and talents. We are all holy, part of the universe and the interdependent web. We light this chalice, cherishing our differences and holding each other in sacredness.
We affirm our mission to encourage, equip, and empower, and we ask that you join in the affirmation of our covenant with one another.
Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is our gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Testing. I stick with real things, usually facts and figures. When information's in its place, I minimize the guessing game. Guess what? I don't like guessing games or when I feel things before I know the feelings. How can I operate when I'm just tossed around by fate? Like on an unexpected date with a stranger or who might talk too fast, or ask me questions about myself before I've decided that. She can ask me questions about myself, she might sit too close, or call the waitress by her first name, or eat Oreos, but eat the cookie before the cream. Oh, but what scares me the most, what scares me the most, is what if when she sees me, she doesn't like it? What if she opens up a door and I can't hide from it? What happens then if when she knows me, she only doesn't like it? What if she turns the other way and I can't hide from it? I couldn't live with that. So I'm just fine inside my shell-shaped mind. This way I get the best view, so that when she sees me, I'll want her to. It's just, I'm not defensive. I'm simply being cautious. I can't risk reckless dating due to my miscalculating why. A certain suitor stands in line I've seen in movies, most made for television. You cannot be too careful when it comes to sharing your life. I could end up a miserable wife. I'm sorry, but she could be criminal. Some sort of psychopath who escaped from an institution somewhere where they don't have girls. She could have masterminded some way to find me. She could be colorblind. How untrustworthy is that? She could be less than kind. Or even worse, she could be very nice and lovely eyes. Make me laugh, come out of hiding. What would I do with that? Oh God. What if when she sees me, I like her and she knows it? What if she opens up a door and I can't close it? What happens then if when she holds me, my heart is set in motion? I'm not prepared for that. I'm scared of breaking open. But still, I can't help from hoping to find someone to talk to who likes the way I am. Someone who, when she sees me, wants to again.
Good girls notice when people need help and jump in without being asked. Thus, my people-pleasing was indoctrinated into me as a cardinal rule for my life at a very young age. 12-step groups and counseling helped me look at my out-of-control life and frequent shame. But there was something missing in my ability to heal from this unhealthy rule. About 3 years ago, I gave a member reflection here about discovering that I am autistic, or as I put it back then, neurodiverse with a low need for supports. It has been such a relief, and my life has changed for the better. I had not realized how much I had been masking my true self, trying to fit in as neurotypical. It is okay and good to be different. Slowly, I am letting go of the childhood fear of being different that has underpinned so much of my life. It's okay to have miscommunications. It's a normal part of all human connections. And sometimes they bring the joy of a deeper relationship as we work out our different understandings and learn to appreciate ourselves and each other. Plus, I have superpowers. My ability to keep maps and calendars in my head and a unique inner sense of time are superpowers that make me an excellent outreach director / tour manager for my spouse, JD, Science Ambassador J.D. Stillwater, who is home right now speaking remotely to a congregation in Wisconsin. I can put myself in far future dates as if they are the next day, imagining what will be needed by then. This is great when traveling, but also so helpful for reunion committees and UCH's auction committee. Speaking of which, please put yourself ahead in time, pretending that today is September 29th and you need to get your auction donation in tomorrow. What will you donate? See the reporter for more details. Oh, yeah, I also have ADHD, squirrel, or is it a hawk? But back to superpowers. My memory of prices for healthy foods is another superpower. I won't do so well on The Price is Right because I tend to buy certain foods like fruits, vegetables, brown rice, chicken thighs. But it means healthier eating for a cheaper price, plus that adrenaline rush, the joy of scoring a big deal. Great deal. My people-pleasing is less evident these days, and I sometimes wait for people to ask before jumping in to help. My autistic brain wanted that helping others rule to help smooth out social situations. My superpower of remembering what others want and noticing their needs was also one my mom had, along with very likely undiagnosed autism. My unmasking means freedom of choice and releasing that rule. I'll still help, but in a more balanced way. I deserve to take care of myself, enjoy life, and unmask to show my true inner, superpowered, and okay to be human self.
And now is the time when we engage as a community in the sharing of our joys and sorrows, our concerns and our milestones. When we join together to hold each other in support and in celebration, we deepen our sense of interrelationship. We may find our sorrows eased and our joys magnified. I invite you to share them now through writing them on a slip of paper at the back of the room or typing them into the virtual chat. Please indicate whether your message is okay to share out loud. You can also honor whatever you're holding in your heart by placing a stone into the water of community here. Please come down the center aisle, returning to your seats by the side aisles. Spoken or unspoken, our hearts join with yours in carrying all that life brings. I place a final stone in the water today to honor the joys and sorrows of all of those humans around the world to whom we are connected in spirit today. Remembering with love J.D. Stillwater's Uncle Bob Owens, who died this week at 90 years old after a full, good life. Hannah Belser has a joy for us. She says, I am, as of Friday, officially 70 years old and still getting used to it. Happy birthday, Hannah. Jimmy Hanshaw shares, Mimi and I attended a wedding of a godson, my grandnephew, with family and friends. And 5 days later, we attended a memorial service for my college roommate, celebrating 62 years of a best friend forever. Lots of healing, healthy tears were shed. A joy from Karen Sykes. Our grandson, Jason Hayes, will have his 15th birthday tomorrow. Alicia Kanth joyfully announces the graduation of her niece Jade from high school. Jade plans to attend the University of Delaware, majoring in music ethnology. Anita Menzer also has a joy as we celebrate the milestone birthday of Rachel Mark. Happy birthday, Rachel. And Abena is asking for prayers for her nephew, Courtney, who just came through an intensive surgery. He's in a great deal of pain, but getting stronger daily. For all that has been shared in those many joys and sorrows which we hold deep in our hearts and yet remain unspoken, we journey with each other in love. And when a member of our beloved community has died, we light a special candle in their honor. Last Saturday evening, Rob Pierce passed away after a long health decline. Rob and his wife Barb joined UCH in 1978 and have remained beloved members of our community throughout these challenging years. With love in our hearts for Rob, his family, and all those who grieve today, we light this candle of remembrance. And we'll sing together now. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to presence. Listen to prayer. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. We join together now in the spirit of reflection and meditation. When we join our voices in song, when we sway our bodies to the rhythm, we invite our heartbeats to synchronize. We begin to center ourselves, knowing that we are not alone in all that we hold. We help each other open up to be able to regard those things which are impossible to face alone. Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to heartache. Listen to grief. Be still and breathe. Be still and breathe. Big change is tearing through our way of life, forcing us to leave behind so much that we had built before. Our days and our places are feeling unfamiliar. Everywhere we turn, it seems like there is more uncertainty and more fear. In our own lives, in our community, and in our world, we have lost so much. And perhaps worst of all, we may have lost faith in the future and in our fellow human beings. Grief is an everyday companion, and our hearts are so sore.
Be still and breathe. Be still and breathe. Listen to anger, listen to hurt. Be still and breathe. Be still and be.
Oppression is rampant in our lives today. Anger rises up hot and hollow at the injustices we witness and bear. Our beloved immigrant friends and neighbors are being expelled from their homes, sent to other parts of the world where they may face untold dangers. Our queer and trans kin are being dehumanized. Our siblings of color are being targeted and threatened once again. Reproductive rights and the rights of women are under attack. Disabled and elderly people are being left without the resources needed to survive. And on this onslaught seems to rage. When will we begin to see our efforts to support our whole beloved community gain traction? When will we see some glimmer on the horizon?
Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to beauty, listen to grace. Be still and breathe. Be still and be.
Amid all this fear and hurt, in this present moment, there are beautiful things happening. Summer has arrived and nature has graced us once more with an abundance of green. We awake to bird song as our hearts awake to new levels of caring and commitment. We watch one another in spaces like these become our fiercest, strongest, most defiantly yes selves. We see each other choosing this, choosing relationship, choosing kindness, choosing to speak up for what is right even in the face of fear. We offer each other forgiveness for our previous quibbles and quarrels, understanding that this togetherness is valuable beyond all else. We are saved from the threat of despair by small moments of wonder, again and again.
Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to gladness, listen to joy. Be still and breathe. Be still and be.
In our knowledge that this is not the end, that the story continues on and on, we find gladness. Looking up to the stars and knowing that our lives on earth are but a tiny spark in this great dance. Gathering once more with these beloved people who bring us hope and joy, we embrace the power of our togetherness.
Be still and breathe. Be still and be. Listen to you, listen to me. Be still and breathe. Be still and be.
Thinking back to primary school, I wouldn't say that I knew I was different from other children exactly, but I do remember the discomfort of knowing that I perplexed my teachers. I would be praised for my creativity, and as a child who was particularly tiny for my age, I would often get affection from teachers for being, in their words, so cute. But at the same time, I was always getting scolded for voicing my thoughts at the wrong moment, or for fidgeting, or looking at the wrong part of the room while the teacher was talking. And by the time I was old enough to do homework and for it to count towards my grades, I was a lost cause. When at home, it was like the whole school day I had just lived through had completely disappeared, and I couldn't even conceptualize the idea that I had school tasks to worry about at home. And my teachers chalked this up to laziness and flakiness. I faced similar challenges in ballet training. I struggled with self-control, with focus, and working memory. While the teachers and directors showed us choreography, I would sometimes pinch myself in a desperate attempt to stay focused. Watch, pay attention to the whole thing, I would command myself. And then by the time the teacher was done showing the steps, I had already drifted off into my own world anyway. I was told to try harder, to commit myself. And believe me, if I could have just chosen to focus, I would have. By my early 20s, I had begun to understand that my brain didn't work like other people's. But it wasn't until I was going into seminary that anyone suggested I might have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Suddenly, a lot of things started to make sense. Like, for example, the fact that just about every person I had ever loved or been close to also had ADHD, because we could really understand each other. Now, accepting this diagnosis made a huge difference for me in terms of succeeding in my master's program, as well as in ministry overall. I can anticipate and prepare for the particular strengths and weaknesses of my neurotype. I have learned how counterproductive it is to beat myself up when I run out of the capacity for executive function, and I've learned how to surf the waves of my own mental energy. For example, when I stress about getting my sermon done in time, I just exhaust myself. And then when I finally feel capable of writing, it is a slog. Instead, I have learned I can trust my brain to be ready to write promptly at 8 p.m. on Saturdays. And by then, having spent plenty of time mentally exploring the sermon's subject matter throughout the week, I can trust that it won't take me more than 2 hours to type the whole thing up. It's a beautiful system. And it was in seminary that I first had professors who understood neurodivergence and could work with me at my own pace and level. They didn't expect less of me or accept worse work. They just helped ensure that my sensory and structural needs were attended to so that I could succeed. And this was a revelation of compassion, really. Instead of having to use all of my focus to try and hold still and be quiet all the time, I discovered that it was okay to use fidget toys or to pace slowly around the classroom, and it would free up my brain so that I was capable of actually concentrating and learning. Or the experience of being able to offer a comment that was, to my mind, on topic, even if in a nonlinear way, and having that respected as a contribution to the discussion, that was new and huge for me. Being accepted for thinking and acting in my own authentic ways has helped me find peace within myself and a new type of joy within my own life. But let me also say, that personal joy doesn't hold a candle to the joy I have felt at being in community with other neuroatypical people when they feel safe to unmask and be themselves too. There are many different neurotypes out there, named and unnamed. Sometimes I think there are about as many different neurotypes out there as there are human beings, but I also understand that there is utility in grouping them into cohorts of similarity. The neurotypes most commonly recognized are ADHD and autism, but there are far more, and some of them are more stigmatized than others. Dyslexia, obsessive-compulsive disorder, dyspraxia, bipolar disorder, Tourette's syndrome, schizoaffective disorder, synesthesia, Down syndrome, epilepsy, and complex PTSD are all forms of neurodivergence, and that's an incomplete list of examples. I think it's important to draw a distinction between the concept of a neurotype versus a disability. Some neurotypes, many neurotypes, do come with features or symptoms which are disabling. Some of these are disabling because society isn't structured to support them, but others, like epileptic seizures, are more inherently disabling for medical reasons. In either case, a disability can be a component of a neurotype, but a particular neurotype itself is not a disability. There is no wrong or broken way to have a nervous system. We each experience the world through our own unique body-mind, and that is a judgment-neutral fact. This distinction between neurotype and disability has been in the spotlight recently regarding discussions about the autism spectrum. Parents of autistic children, especially those with popular social media accounts, have been blogging for decades now about what a tragic burden autism is on their families and about how we are fundraising to try to find a cure. Now, within autistic communities, however, many activists don't want to be cured. Certainly, it would be helpful to have certain symptoms accommodated or alleviated, but the autistic experience of the world deserves its own type of respect. Autism activists are asking allistic people, that is, people who are not autistic, to work on learning how to communicate better with autistic folks, instead of putting the burden of communicating across that divide entirely on the autistic person. Allistic people often see themselves as the standard, the normal party, and the autistic way of being as different and wrong, rather than considering this difference from a more neutral perspective. And we've seen how nasty this bias can get when it comes to anti-vaccine conspiracy theory. Due to the false belief that vaccines cause autism, people don't want to vaccinate their infants and children against severe or fatal illnesses. Autistic advocates like to point out that even if vaccination caused autism, these anti-vaxxers are saying that they would prefer that their children not survive rather than grow up to be on the spectrum. What a devastating concept. I want to bring us back to this particular framing of judgment based in discomfort that I've touched on before. When you want to say, "This thing is making me uncomfortable," try instead to say, "I am uncomfortable with this thing." When a person's unusual but non-harmful way of being is unsettling you, think, "I am uncomfortable with that person's vocalizations," or "I am uncomfortable with their fidgeting," rather than "those are making me uncomfortable." Remind yourself that you are not the main character of the world, and your perceptions are subjective, as all of ours are. Perhaps ask yourself, what other feelings are available to me? Compassion, curiosity, patience, generosity. The demand that all people behave within a certain cultural standard puts a lot of people on the margins. There are plenty of neuroatypical people who are straight up incapable of masking their behaviors and will never be able to live a, quote, normal life. But then there are also a lot of people out there who either fully or partially succeed in masking or blending in with neurotypical society. Masking requires us to spend an inordinate amount of energy in order to do what comes naturally to other people. Many people have highly complex systems in place to help them cope with things like expectations around eye contact, sensorially overstimulating environments, or difficulty with memory. Some people go their whole lives without realizing they are masking. Without a baseline to compare it to, they aren't aware that others around them lack the constant experience of agony involved with functioning according to the standards of an alternate neurotype. I personally know quite a few individuals who discovered their own neurodivergence well into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. I believe that my grandfather died without ever knowing he was autistic. I believe that all people deserve to be able to live their lives as authentically as possible in a manner which comes naturally to them. Now, don't get me wrong, we still need to accommodate for one another and make efforts to meet others on their own level wherever possible, regardless of our own neurology. And we still need a social contract where we agree not to do each other genuine harm. But within these expectations of goodwill, there is a whole lot of room for variety, a lot more than we accept right now. When those around me choose to put aside their masking and live more authentically, it invites me to be my whole self too. Being exactly as we are has room to grow beyond neurotype, and we may find ourselves freer to be our queer selves, our gender expansive selves, our nerdy selves, our hurting selves, our culturally incongruent selves. Whoever we might hesitate to be in community, perhaps we are being invited to find ourselves accepted and embraced wherever authenticity is valued. This is a message which has been with me at every turn throughout my ministry. Spirit is always whispering to me, or perhaps singing to me, we are all infinitely whole, complete and enough exactly as we are. And so may this community continue to deepen our capacity to affirm this truth in all who enter here. Whatever is true and honest in each of us, exactly as we are, let us sing it into life for ourselves and one another.
Infinitely whole, we were all born infinitely whole, we were all born infinitely whole, we were all
Good morning. I am Yvonne Wrzezinski, and I serve on the UCH Board of Trustees. I'm here to represent the important labor and leadership that our members offer to keep this congregation thriving. The Unitarian Church of Harrisburg is, as always, an intentionally gathered congregation of freely thinking, loving people. The church is created, sustained, and supported by us. Each week we take up an offering where we ask each other to share money to support the church. We also use half of this money to help a charity which is doing important work to improve the world. This month we are sharing with the LeGrone Scholarship Fund. The Oliver LeGrone Scholarship is awarded to an outstanding Harrisburg School District student each year. The program provides funding for undergraduate education and mentorship to students in need of such support to follow their dreams. In just a moment, the greeters will start passing offering plates around. You can put cash or checks in the plate when it comes by. You can also donate online by scanning the QR code on the back of your order of service or by visiting uchbg.org and scroll to the bottom of the page for options. Your financial support and commitment matter. Please consider giving what you are able. Thank you.
Before I begin our Time for All Ages, I want to take a moment to express my deep gratitude to all of our teachers this year. The call to serve in faith development is a sacred one. Those who teach and nurture our young people help shape not only the present, but also the future of Unitarian Universalism. Our elementary teachers this year were Cheney Borrego, Rachel Campbell, Chelsea Holbert, Bridget Parker, Laurie Rhodes, Karen Sykes, and Yvonne Wrzezinski. And then for youth group, we had Peter Adams, Becky Hausman, Dean Leverett, Jessica Leiberger, and Sharon Vaughn. Now, as we move into the summer months, may we carry with us the work we have shared together and remember the blessing that each of you brings to this community. I ask you to please join me downstairs in the common room after the service today, as I have a small token of appreciation to thank you for the gifts of time, care, and wisdom that you have offered throughout this year. And now for our Time for All Ages. I Am Me. It's a book of authenticity by Susan Verde, and the art is by Peter Reynolds. There are things about me that make me different. Sometimes I stand out in a crowd. Sometimes I'm not seen at all and feel alone. I start to ask myself, why can't I blend in, fit the mold? Maybe I am too little, or maybe too much. Maybe when I stop and look, I see nothing in this world is exactly the same. Difference is what makes life beautiful and miraculous. And when I show who I truly am, I can find my joy, my spark. I have something to contribute. I can't hold back or hold it in. I am someone to be celebrated. I am me. I can have my own style and decide how I want to show up in the world. I can be grateful for my hair, my skin, my size, because they are all mine. I can be proud of my body and thankful for all it can do. I can embrace that I am perfectly imperfect, because that is what makes me interesting. I can dance to my own rhythm anytime I want to move and groove. I can learn from others who express themselves with confidence, even when it's hard. I can be a role model for someone who is afraid to show their own true colors. I can celebrate the things in this world that I decide are most meaningful to me: love, peace, unity, and hope. I can love anyone I choose fully and completely with all of my heart. I can notice that every creature, small and grand, has something unique and necessary. I can know that community, connection, and acceptance exist, and I will find them. I can surround myself with those who see me, stand up for me, and support me. I can be okay knowing not everyone will understand me, because I have love for myself. I don't need to hide away, hold back, or compare myself to anyone else. Roar, because I am me, and I matter. You are you, and you matter. We are just right, beautiful and miraculous, exactly as we are. The end.
Singing our closing song, Hearts Wide Open. These benediction words come from Betts Weineke. May we leave this place seeking an uncharted and freely chosen way to wholeness, knowing that we have companions along the way. Amen. Thank you, Jim.